How can I get my work noticed? That's got to be one of the most common questions that artists will ask themselves. So stick with us and I'll let you know what I've tried, and I think it's one of the most beneficial ways that new photography businesses can take control of the way that their artwork is presented to the public. So welcome to Work It Out Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would please do us the favor of giving us a like, and please subscribe so that we can give you further content, especially on how to develop your photography business. So what is the one way that I think that beginner photographers in the business can get their work to the public, especially whenever dealing with fine artwork? Well, find your local arts and crafts fair. Normally it's seasonal. And again, I'm not talking about a flea market, because a flea market, they sell everything. But with an arts and crafts fair, you have a public or a market that knows what they're looking for. They are going to an arts and crafts fair and they know that's what they're going to see. So you have a directed market at that time. So again, find one that's local, because that adds to the cost. If it's far away, you may even have to stay the night somewhere. That's adding a cost, and especially for your first one. Maybe down the way that you kind of develop your craft fair skills, but to begin with, just something local, something that's easier to manage, and you kind of know the area, and so that's helpful to you. Know your area. Again, you also have to make sure about the cost involved with how much is the entry fee. Now, if it's no entry fee, that's totally awesome. Maybe it's just a local bazaar or something. But if there's a cost involved, you also have to realize, is this going to be a juried craft fair, arts and craft fair, or is it going to be just open entry? A juried craft and arts and crafts fair is one where they have a committee and they review some of your work and see if your work jives with their vibe there at the craft fair. And it may also indicate to you that maybe your photography is not of their quality. Now, that doesn't mean that you are garbage, but there is your first benefit, that you have a jury that's reviewing your work, and you say, well, hey, they liked it, so at least those people liked it. And second of all, if it's a no, then you're like, well, could you give me some feedback? Let me know why you would not accept my work. Can I improve it for the next time? So that's something valuable to your business, because it helps you take control of the product that you're producing. Because if you take that feedback well, then it's going to benefit you. The most important thing, I think, is you deal with the displays and stuff, and we can talk about that in another episode, but interacting with the public. Even if you make very little money, hopefully you can cover the cost of being in the art fair, the fee. But the most important thing is that you've got a test audience now. They're coming into your booth and you have to interact with them. You have to ask the questions. Don't give them a paper and say, please fill this out. But just say, hey, what do you think? Is there something you like? Is there something that distracts? Do you think that this, and you might ask questions. Maybe there's things that you ask and you say, is this? And then you can get some feedback. And it lets you know what the market in your local area is like. Now, what if nobody's coming to your booth? You can work on that as well. It helps you with your salesperson skills. What I've done is, whenever I don't see a lot of people, I'll step toward the front, and as people walk by, I'm not a carny. I'm not like, step right up, check out the greatest artwork in the world, which you have to kind of think that it is, but be humble about it. What you can do when people walk by and they don't necessarily look like they're coming your way, but you could, hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, hope you're enjoying the fair. Just kind of talk them up, because sometimes it's not the art itself, but it's the artist. Somebody wants a piece of you, your personality, of who you are. Like, man, that person was really nice. And then they can see what you see, because they've got to know you right off the bat. I would suggest that might be a first step anyway, is to kind of be more open and good morning, welcome, how you doing, and just be positive about it. And I will add this little caveat to all this. have business cards. Have your business cards, because people will at least be kind enough to take it, and you never know where that thing will end up. You never know. So continue to promote yourself even after they leave. So stick with us. We'll talk to you about how you can develop this idea of the craft fair better into a little bit finer detail, because we're going to be in our third art fair coming up in May, and we'll be glad to share our experience with you. So take control of your artwork, how it's being exposed to the public, how you get it noticed. You can have people notice your artwork by involving yourself and putting your art into your local art fair. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe so you can keep up with our content.